Alright, so let's see. Metro area U.S. unauthorized immigrant population. What the hell? Metro area United States. So, unauthorized immigrant population by metro area 2016-2007. So, Albuquerque 59 to 54. Like, what are these numbers, man? Like, okay, so we're 59. I mean, that's pretty substantial. Anchorage. Yeah, I guess they probably got a Russian problem up there. Austin. What's that? Roswell Springs. That's Georgia? Georgia's number 8. Wow. Let me go to Santa Fe. Yuma. Well, check out Yuma. 84. But they just declared a national state of emergency. Santa Fe. I wonder if it's actually gonna. Wait, did I skip it? Santa Fe, New Mexico. 149. Oh, yeah. So 3 point. Hold on. Let me figure out how to read this shit. Alright, so total. Alright, so Albuquerque, New Mexico. Foreign born. 31%. 31 fucking percent. So, rank of unauthorized immigrant population is 59, and we went up to 54. So that's pretty crazy, huh? In that time frame, let's see. Albuquerque, so plus minus 10,000 and 25,000, 30,000. So saying it went down from 2007. So the margin of error. Margin of error. You mean how much you want to just deceive the public? So it's probably closer to 35,000, probably 40,000. So all right. AP fact: Trump wrong about illegal immigration costs. Albuquerque. Okay. Let's check this out. President's on a spread of misleading numbers about the cost of illegal immigration. Excuse me, as he tries to pressure Democrats to fund his long-promised southern border wall. Trump claiming the country loses $250 billion a year. Clear Tuesday where Trump found that number, which is dramatically. Well, we all know that numbers don't lie. Liars use numbers, and statistics are nothing more than polls of fixed points. And the thing is that I can get statistics of anything I want to, and I just have to make sure I, form the poll in the right words, in the right context. And that's where legalese comes into play. All about etymology and playing with words. So, March 6, 2019, over 700 illegal immigrants detained at border near El Paso. I think I actually did a report on that. The largest ICE bust, I believe, in quite some time. They've been detained at the border within 24 hours, Border Patrol said. Large groups crossed into El Paso from Mexico late Tuesday and into Wednesday. Families, Central American families and unaccompanied children. Okay, and this is from Kirky News. A 2-year-old child was found among the group alone. Border Patrol is now working with international and domestic authorities to find the parents. So, let's see. I think right in there is how you start, are those numbers kind of for And there's, where's Trump getting that $250 billion from? Well, you know what? It's a big number, and you know what? I think that $250 billion sounds reasonable. I mean, students, regardless of document, immigrant students. What the hell does this mean? Immigrant students. All right, so, oops, Albuquerque, sanctuary city. Albuquerque votes to reaffirm sanctuary city status. April 17th. Sanctuary cities are getting their grants despite threats. March 2019. It's unthinkable that Trump Justice Department would hold these funds hostage. Really? Why are these people getting grants? We need law enforcement here. The crime is that much. I'm going to start doing some citizen reporting, I think. Because, I'm going to give you people the fucking real news around here. What do you mean on so-called sanctuary cities? To consider Second Amendment sanctuary city status. So there's... New Mexico is actually a pretty weird state. This is really a melting pot, with progressives, liberals, conservatives, and, just straight up Americans, and earthlings, I should say. Just straight up earthlings. There's a lot of good earthlings in this city of Albuquerque and in the state of New Mexico. And, so, Albuquerque as an immigrant-friendly city. Alright. Oh, you know how much I love these PDFs, huh? Strengthen Albuquerque's status as an immigrant-friendly city, promoting public safety, safeguarding the civil rights, safety, and dignity of all residents, and creating an environment conducive to all victims of violent crime seeking assistance. Housing shall preserve, protect, and promote the human rights and dignity, and shall prohibit discrimination on the basis of race, religious, or as Albuquerque City reaffirmed its commitment to the integration, and inclusion exemplified and by passing which states the council welcomes and encourages immigrants to live, work, and study in Albuquerque, and to participate in community affairs and recognize immigrants for their important contributions to our culture, economy, and whereas the city shall not discriminate on the basis of person's national origin, they will treat all persons with respect and dignity, regardless of immigration status, and where reaffirms no municipal resources shall be used to identify individuals' immigration status or apprehend persons on the sole basis of immigration status, unless otherwise required by law to do so. Yeah, on lines 20 to 23 can suck my dick. Whereas the 10th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States recognizes the sovereign status of the states and their political subdivisions and precludes the federal government from attempting to compel state and local governments, either directly or by their use of threats, to withhold federal funding to assist the federal government in enforcing federal laws, including immigration laws. As much as I don't like that, I have to stand with that, and even with lines, 20 to 23, I have to, of page 1, I have to stand with that, and they have the right to say it. I don't understand how anyone could actually sign us into effect. Whereas immigrants are twice as likely to start a business as U.S.-born citizens, and immigrant-owned businesses generate approximately, oh my God, this is how liars use numbers, don't lie. Which numbers? $1 million in economic activity in New Mexico between 2006 and 2010. Well, how much did it cost? How much did all that cost us? Well, you left that out, right? According to the Partnership for the New American Economy. Oh, well, that sounds pretty, biased. whereas immigrants play a vital role in New Mexico's workforce and comprised 12.3.4% of the state's workforce in 2016. 117,534 workers, according to the Migration Policy Institute, whereas unauthorized immigrants in New Mexico paid 101.5 million in state and local taxes in 2010, according to data from the Institute for Taxation and Economic Policy. Where they get that number from? Like there's a big word right here, unauthorized. And if they're unauthorized, that means that they're under no authority. So no authority was documenting them, unless there's these rogue identities out there that are working to, do whatever it is. According to the Pew Research, decades worth of data indicate that immigrants commit far fewer crimes than native-born Americans. With a study in 2013 finding first-generation adolescent immigrants are almost 10% less likely to commit crimes than adolescents who were born in the country. Well, how many of them are from illegal families? How many of them are acre babies? And why are we putting funds elsewhere, to these other, people, when we really don't? Well, we should be seeing that money. We should be seeing that economic activity. We should be seeing that stimulation, because the whole thing is that, the circulation of money is what the government is supposed to be doing, and that's what the taxes are supposed to be doing, is because we're supposed to be allocating funds to states that are deprived of economic activity in order to stimulate their growth. I mean, so basically everything, this is kind of counterintuitive. What's happening here is that we want to document people so we can document the funds, so we can allocate the funds to properly, allow more immigrants into this country. But because we're doing things, backwards, there's no way to keep, eyes on the books. And so maybe the books are crooked. Maybe we are spending too much money on law enforcement. Well, we don't know that because there's unauthorized workers here. So at least 89%, 0.12% of children with one or more immigrant parents in New Mexico were U.S. citizens in 2016, according to the data. That is 13.1. Okay, anyways. I think I skipped them, whereas in court, anyways. As presidential executive order related immigration contain directives that threaten to lead to family separation, endanger refugees, fleeing violence and persecution, strip immigrants of their due process, and discriminate against the Muslim community. Well, I guess I've been a fool this entire time. This isn't a pro-Latino order. That stops me in my tracks. Like, what the fuck? Okay, more specifics. Okay, so that's for all countries. I can accept that. As well as for war refugees. I'm a war refugee. My family's war refugees. People of color. What kind of colors? I'm a color. Right? Am I not a color? I'm orange. Muslims, Jews, LGBTQ people, and people with this. Two religions. The only religions on here that are specifically called out, Christianity is not called out. This is shocking. Like, now I'm just looking for hot words. City regardless of race, disability, national origin, gender identity, religion, sex, sexual orientation, ethnicity. Well, what about the Jews and Muslims? In relationship with city, sister city, relationship, right? How I feel, and immigrants. Sexual violence, national networks, the crimes, and sorry, I'm like, I don't mean to be boring you, but hopefully, I mean, you're just pondering because I'm pondering like crazy right now, so I'm looking for some of these hot words. Nothing about Mexico. This has nothing to do with Mexico. Which is, the big thing. Like, that's the big distraction, is that, I'm not worried about freaking Central America, South America coming up, to, the States here and stuff. It's the terrorists from other countries that are going to be using this as a waypoint. Excuse me. So, page 2 was workforce comprised unauthorized sponsored by Penny. So, and this is absolutely scary. This is why local politics is really important, because this is how the bullshit gets passed. Take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong, love y'all.